Edition LLC. So you're like, why is Ken over here making gray paints? Well, you do know I was making gray screen paints way before I started making black technology. That's where I started from. So I have quite a bit of a track record when it comes to making gray screen paint products. Now, keep in mind, at that time, my gray screen paint products had a major contract attached to it. I had tons of beta testers, and my product was actually displayed overseas and some of the most amazing places. This is under the company under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. So my products at that time, they're doing great products. When it comes to my great products, credibility was doing stuff that other gray screen paints today just are not doing. So when I tell you that this is a product that is outdated, it is not a solution. If you paint your screen with this, you will end up painting it over again with our products because, again, our products are tested and backed. Where these products, well, there's no testing on any of these products. I haven't seen it so far anyway. So that's what you're going to come down with. That's what you're going to be dealing with. Again, you're going to get a little bit of a better image when it comes to a white screen, but some of them not by much. All right, so we were able to make 3 different screen paints using the $14, well actually $15, just even it off, $15 PPG Multi-Pro. This is a 47-10 interior, easy application. You can use it for touch-ups and other things like that. I picked this up at Home Depot for $15. I picked up also too $7 of black paint. So with that being said, as I said before, mixing them together, I was able to make 3 products with no problem. And these products are usually what you find in everyday gray screen paints. These are the 3 shades you will bump into. So this right here is without the black. This is just Whisper Gray. So it's kind of a light gray. This one right here, I've marked everything down. This is 3 of 1/4 to get this color right here. This is a little darker one. This one right here is around 6. Use 6 to make this one right here. Hold on for a minute. Excuse me. I gotta go do that every morning. Those are the Allentown sneezers because they have pollen counts up here. It's kind of like a little high. And this is Gorgeous Gray. We call this Gorgeous Gray because this is the color of every gray screen paint, just about out there right now. Gorgeous Gray, we used a lot of it yesterday. This is actually only 1/4. And this is what you're going to use right here. This is a basic measuring cup for 1/4. That's all you need. So we got 1 added to this. And when you fill it up, you want to make sure you fill it right to the brim. So we have 1 for this, 6 for this, and 3 for this, and there's none in this one at all, period. And that's the product right there. Now, if you decide you just want to just have 1 screen paint, well, you can just go in and buy the tones. This is why I told you why the tones are very dangerous. I'm gonna go buy some samples of the tones. The tones automatically come in gray, so there's no mixing, none of that whatsoever. Do you need to add silver? Excuse me, you add silver. Do you need to add silver or glitter? No, you actually don't need it at all, period. It's not even necessary. Anyone that tells you have to have it, you're never going to see it. The glitter you may see, but the silver you won't. And like I said, perfect example. By the way, we did get contacted by the individual. He's very upset. But hey, look, either going to make it or you're just going to have to, well, anyway, you're done anyway. We just seen the move. eBay listing is gone. It's not even there anymore. So he's pretty much done. Anyway, but what it comes down to, tell me about this. Early morning, I got to go through this crap. But anyway, as it comes down to, either the customer can make it if they want to do multiple colors out of 1 container instead of buying and being charged. And someone telling you, oh, this one does this, and it doesn't do anything at all, period. It comes down to the black. If you put in less, you put in more, either your contrast is high, your contrast is low, your white levels is high, your white levels is low. That's what it comes down to. Unless they can show you some tests, which they do not have any tests, showing something different, then you can see there's something different. Like if I were to take gray paint and put it against any one of these screens right here, some tones, And let's say these screens outperform it. They do something completely different. Like we showed you yesterday with the gray paint, we painted over a screen, a massive difference between night and day. Not a hiccup, not walking over to the screen and being a finger distance from the screen. I mean, a massive difference. Then you could say, oh, there's something special about that product. Just like when we take black paint and we draw into our screens, you can clearly see there's something special about that product. Well, if they can't show you this, then you just have house paint. So, with these acrylic mixes we have here, and no, we don't have to add water to them. I don't know what that person was doing on YouTube, putting water in acrylic. They were just messing. They were just absolutely just messing. But anyway, this is just the basic simple form of gray screen paints. Now, if you want to do multicolors, you can do the PPG alone. Or if you want to do just the tones, you just buy the tones. Now, again, like I said, what makes the tones so dangerous is the fact that tones basically don't require any black paint. Any customer can go into Home Depot, Lowe's, Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams, and slide a tone off a freaking shelf, and guess what? They're the same thing screen paint can do. And if anyone sits there and says it's not true, well, we got a fellow by the name of Crow1176, a YouTuber who actually did it. He actually matched Network Gray 773 with nothing in it. So you don't need all that stuff. I'm pretty sure we've had his product over here. And we had a chance to pop the top on this stuff. And it has some kind of glitter in it, some kind of glitter is inside of it. It definitely has some kind of gray metallic in it. So we definitely can see that from the product. We made enough of gray paint to know exactly, we popped someone's top exactly what's in it, we can tell. Only one product I've actually popped the top on, I really couldn't tell. And it was a guy by the name of Pro HD Screens. We couldn't tell. His stuff is really good. I stand by that. That stuff is really good. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint different sections onto the wall. How much of the, well, we can cover the one section of the section. Now, the reason why, when I saw one of the individuals, mine, it's a person who shows them up all the time, one of the individuals, Crow, we have to bring him up in this, we have to talk about him, because again, he did match house paint, and again, because he's going to feel like, oh, we're picking on him. We're not picking on him. You do sell a product that you claim that does all these magical things or different things, and it doesn't. It's just basic house paint. We've had these tests before. Now, like I said, this is a wake-up call for people who make gray screen paint products, because again, you're still going to have to deal with the tones, and you're going to have to deal with Benjamin Moore and all these big companies. But for people who make these mixes, and they're constantly lying on camera and using high-end projectors and all that stuff, to make you believe that your product's going to look that way, are lying to you. This is anyone. But we just got a couple of individuals that we know that are known for doing this. All right, so I got time before I got to leave out the door. So I'm going to be on site today. Definitely taking that gray screen with me. And we're going to come over here and we're going to paint a color strip right to the wall. All right, so today we had Gorgeous Gray. Anything more Gorgeous Gray? Gorgeous Gray is done. We're going to use our mid gray. So we're going to call this. Ooh, I got a great name for this. I'm going to call this Mighty Mid Gray. We're going to have cool names for these for our free mixes. I will put the ingredients at the bottom. I do apologize. Tired last night, had some things I had to do. Forgot about it. I'll be back. Rounds. Let's stop with room, Tony. Rounds. Now, when you guys get on camera, you have to work out a little bit. You know that, right? You need to work out. You don't work out enough. I can tell. Jeez Louise. I got my freaking... Well, I work out like 3 times a day. And I got a training bar, my chin up bar over on site. The other guy, he's an Ironman. He constantly works out. Every time I go over there, where are they at the gym? At the gym, at the gym, at the gym, at the gym. These guys are constantly at the gym. So then I get a membership with them. And then at the other place, they got a little small gym in there. So I can get a chance to work out. So what I've been doing is, every hour, I got to drop and do 20. And that keeps me in motion. All right. Let's, we're going to do a stripe screen on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do all of the screen paints on here. That's what we're going to do. Now again, is this going to help your screen? No, it's not. We're going to take some of this on site today. Put it on some of the screens we've got sitting around. Show you why gray screens, white screens don't work. If you have a white screen, do not paint this stuff. You don't like to paint your screen gray.
Something huge, very small, is brewing only from Espresso.
Let's get some, I want some copyright free music. Here we gotta get to this crap. Now, can we clear this, please? Thank you. He knows what I want. I ask for it all the time. Nope, not doing that. We'll be instrumental. We'll just say this. Make my pan. Phone going off. I'll be today. Definitely. So we got a lot of inquiries about the office area we're in. Because again, in the office, you don't want to be sitting there in the dark trying to figure out, or try to see the screen at first, showing off your pie charts. So they want to do some pie chart displays today with the Ultra Sure Throw. Yep, we'll be doing that today. All right. So we want to use some of our mid-gray. This is our mid-gray right here. This was made. You can see a little better here. There we go. This was made using 3 1/4 of black paint into our Gray Whisper. Gray Whisper. I've done this before. You know, I've done this demonstration already before. Like 10 years back, I've done this one. I did a gray, black, blah, blah, blah screen. Yeah, did this already. That's what I told you. I come here and just repeat stuff I already did already. I've done over 8,000 video demonstrations on YouTube. We've covered just about everything. really quick. To the naysayers real quick. Calling me names, it's not going to help your case. You're going to really have to back this up. Those tones are real serious damage. And what we have here, I just made three screen paints for under 30 bucks. And I still got paint in there left over to make more combinations. And it's very easy to do. It's not, you try to make it seem so hard. It's not hard to do. You have no testing. So how can you say that your product differs from another? Because there's no testing. So instead of calling me names and getting upset and getting angry, you need to back this up. Coming out and doing demonstrations saying, oh, this product doesn't work. I'm on site. Where are you at? You're not on site, are you? You can't just walk into a facility and paint up a screen. My technology is so amazing that they allow me to walk on site anytime I want to. Because they've never seen anything like it. You? Well, you paint it down one time and you never go back ever again, because you can't go back. Because what happens is if someone matches that stuff to regular house paint, you're in a lot of trouble. My screens are still sitting over there overnight. I know if they take black paint or anything they stick it to my screen, not even going to match, because I've done the test. But you, yeah, you run the fear of somebody actually finding one of our videos and going, I wonder if this guy's right, and putting gray paint and matching your screen. That's what you run into. So again, calling me a bunch of names, not going to help your case. Getting on YouTube and trying to slander my product, well, that's not going to help either. Like again, I'm on site. You're not. So that shows at the end of the day, when you do stuff like that, it clearly shows you're afraid. Did I come in and slander and go blah, blah, blah to you guys when you try to make my product? No, you know what I did? I went out and I bought the ingredients to make the product. Did I not? Now, after I get done blowing it out of the water, I told you what's going to happen. I literally told you ahead of time that when I beat your product, you so-called making my stuff, I was going to dance around the camera and throw it in your face. Did I not say that? And what happened? I danced around the camera and I threw it in your face. So, again, I could spend what? Months contacting you guys and cursing you out and all that stuff, or I can come in, back it up, and throw it in your face and move about my business, which I did. You won't back it up. You're just going to spend, well, you won't spend months, you'll be in court soon, but you just spend your time just biting your bottom lip, getting angry and getting upset, and just making videos about things that I'm doing that you're not doing. That's what you're going to do. I guarantee you. None of you will come in and back this up. Now, I'm not talking about the people who make products and do amazing jobs. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people at the end of the day who run their mouths too much. But go ahead and make it. I guarantee you won't. And I'm not even going to bother looking for your videos, because this is a waste of my time, because I know you won't. So we got our mid-gray. This is our mid-gray we made. Let's start working on this. I put that out there because that tells the customer right from the door, if they're not going to make it, and you go make it. Why spend? What am I going to spend the money for? Now, I could have come in, if I wanted to be mean about it, Jamie, and I could have named this stuff after your product and gave it a better name.
Did you miss any multi-device updates at Google I/O this year? Don't worry.
I didn't. Because this video doesn't just rely to just you. It relies to everyone who makes great paint, how fast someone can mimic this stuff now. But if I wanted to, I can just name this stuff your product. And then have you go on live and put this against your own stuff, knowing you won't pass it. Heck, if I really want to make it difficult for you, I can just get Sherwin-Williams to do a half and half and make it extremely difficult, or Slip Silver and just make you do that demonstration, which you don't want to do. But who has time for that nonsense? But anyway, like I said, we leave it up to the customer. This is all up to the customer and all up to the person who makes it. I don't have time to go in and check videos and make sure people are doing it. I don't have time for it. I got things I got to do. This is for the customer to go in and say, hey, look, they're not going to do the demonstration as Mr. Bird requested, then I'm going to go in and I'm going to do it myself. Or when a customer goes in, you can request this mix for them to make. And if they won't do it, then you know what to do from the door. Gorgeous gray. I like that name, Gorgeous Gray. Right here. Let me see. So I'm gonna have 3 shades on here. That's one we have right there. And I'm gonna put the lighter one in the middle. Lighter one in the middle. So we have Gorgeous Gray here. I want to expand Gorgeous Gray a little bit more on the side. And we're gonna, oh yeah, we do have enough to do it. Okay. I want to make sure we get this even on here, right? So we have a good amount of this. And to Danny, I can't express this enough. Do you see the colors that I put up here? Do you notice that whatever screen I paint becomes that color? It doesn't change into something completely different. What I mean by you did a complete Houdini mix. Oh, that's a good one, Houdini mix. You started off with a dark gray and ended up with a mid-gray screen. Matter of fact, were you that color? I don't think you were that color. I think you were this color right here. This is the color you were. So you started off with one color and transformed into something completely different. I'm gonna tell you right now, most people, when they paint a screen, they worry about streaks, blotches, stuff like that, you know. But a screen that comes out a completely different color, that is a major fail. That means you didn't test jack at the end of the day. This is why you have to test. If you did testing, you would have figured out this would have popped up and this would have happened. But you didn't. And mind you, you gave it to somebody else to do this demonstration, and they failed at it. Even they admitted it's not the color that I thought it was going to be, and it's not the color. Whew, man. Hey, customers are not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. I don't care what you put up there. You can put it up there for free. They won't touch it. No one's going to paint the screen in. Their investment, their time, their wall, whatever, and paint it in, and then find out it comes up a complete different color. That's not good. I'm just being honest here. It's not good. You literally, in a demonstration, started with this color and ended up with that color. Yeah, that's kind of a free one off that. All right, Gorgeous Gray. Dark gray of that. Interesting. Every time we add one of these down, this kind of reminds me of Danny's first screen paint. We had to do multiple coats of the same different color. You know how many times I gotta wash out my roller right now so we get cross contamination doesn't trigger? That'd be a lot of work. And that's going to wash your roller every single time. Now he has it down to one coat. Danny, your stuff is very questionable, extremely questionable. Not only does it not come out the right color, but that whole range gain nonsense, that stuff is phony. That's the most fakest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. You guys will say anything on camera. So for those who don't know about the range gain, literally this guy has on his website, if you paint the screen, it's the same paint. It is not a different paint, it's the same paint. If you paint it a different way, it will give you a completely different gain. Tell me that's not the dumbest thing you've ever heard in your entire life. This car is red, but if you go past 60 miles an hour, it turns blue. Yeah, no, ain't gonna happen. Laws of physics don't even run in that particular area. That's never gonna happen. And I would love to see this demonstration, because when he painted the screen, both of them, I never heard them say what game they were painting at all. So what game did you guys paint? See, this is what I'm talking about, the bogus nonsense. And I guess they sent me some message like back it up or pack it up. Back it up? Are you freaking kidding me? Do you know how many test demonstrations I have done? You gotta be, oh, please. You little crybabies, come on now. Stop crying about it, get the test done. If you're on YouTube right now, ranting and carrying on, again, you don't have no time for ranting and carrying on. You got the tones to worry about, and you got people making this. Your competition is not me at the end of the day. You're nowhere near me at the end of the day. You need to go out and back it up, because you got big paint suppliers that now can make these tones like this. What are you going to do? How are you going to convince your customers that the grade paint that they can buy at any hardware store is different from yours when you don't even know yourself? How are you going to back that up? That's why I said the gravy train has been derailed. Gentlemen, you got to find a profession, do something else. Well, that's why it's a good thing that you don't take your business as seriously. You take it as a hobby, because you work another job. I don't work another job. This is my company. My company supports everything that I need. Well, God supports everything I need. And my company, I don't work any other job. So that tells you the difference between me and you. You have to work another job because your business doesn't, I don't know what it is. We don't know what it is. You can't take that leap of faith. I can. Because I know my product sells. I know my product's good. I know I can back my product 100%. So I can take that leap of faith. I haven't punched in a time card in 12 years. But you guys do punch in time cards. You have to work. Because what you have at the end of the day doesn't work. So you have to have another job to work it. If not, you'll be in a lot of trouble. Where on the other hand, I can back myself on so many levels, it's not even funny. And the fact you're all still doing videos in your homes, I don't have to be here. I can just go over to another site and do the demonstration someplace completely different. Which I'm planning to be at today, because I'm not going to be here. Alright, get this roller washed out. Woo. Now, while we're having this conversation, I'm washing out my roller. Oh, by the way, Danny, just want to let you know, how many coats did I put on this screen? Do we have to do some up-down robot formation, Johnny Cash? Not Johnny Cash, I love Johnny Cash. Robot nonsense. Do we have to go through any of that crap? No. We didn't have to go through any of that bull crap. Done. That's why I'm sitting there watching that demonstration and paint the screen like, good gracious, for goodness sake, stop painting the screen. That's because whatever you put in there, that drywall, concrete, or poly, whatever's in that mess, it's not taking well. That's the problem. And that's why he keeps going over top of it, because he's shrieking the screen like crazy. That's why he's making so many passes, and it's not covering that well. If you notice, when you watch the demonstration, when he paints the screen, do you notice it's always a color of gray? You know why? Because anything else would have problems. If you were to paint that thin paint over an orange wall, blue wall, green wall, red wall, whatever, you'd have to prime first. Because that stuff is so thin, you would see the color pop up on the other side easily, which means you'll have to do multiple passes to try to get the cover up. That's why. He hasn't did a demonstration on a different color wall. Because it would take him forever to paint over it, because the paint's too thin, that's why. You would have to prime literally everything and sand literally everything down. Any imperfections you have in your wall, the paint's too thin. It'll come up right up. Like that sticker, that stuff would pop up. Any other paint would have covered that sticker with no problem. Actually, we did that demonstration already. All right. Gorgeous gray. We call this gorgeous gray. This is gorgeous gray. Gorgeous gray is a pretty color, but it's no match for our technology, so, but it's still a good color. This right here is the one they fear the most. You know why? Because gorgeous gray matches every gray paint on the market. It does. Any gray screen paint out there, gorgeous gray will match it, or come extremely close to matching it. Now, gentlemen, understand this. When you do these demonstrations, if you do these let's put a big if on this. If you do these demonstrations, we don't want to see like, oh, look, there's a little slight, no, there's no slight this and that. Massive difference between night and day. You know what the difference between night and day? If I walk outside right now, is it nighttime? I can tell the difference, right? Between night and day when you walk outside, right? That's what we want to see. Ain't that right, Taco? Look at your fur boy. Raw. Get your little jacket. Little jacket. Get your little jacket. All right, we had gorgeous gray on the side. Gorgeous gray. A little bit of gorgeous gray left over. Make more gorgeous gray. Let's see, what is this painful gorgeous gray? Now we're out of gorgeous gray. All right, I'm gonna make some more gorgeous gray. Let's show you how easy it is to make gorgeous gray. All right, come on. I'm gonna make some more screen paint. All right, show how easy this is to make gorgeous gray. I'm gonna use this as our mixer. Oops, sorry about that. You guys are looking at my refrigerator. We're gonna use this as our mixing bowl right here. Make some gorgeous gray. That's how fast and easy it is to make gorgeous gray. Let's get something to dry that out. Now again, for the naysayers, this is not about slandering you because you should have did these tests a long time ago. This is your fault because you got lazy and you refused to do tests and you refused to do this and do that. And you thought you'd make some of these paints and stick them in dark environments and hit them with high-end projectors and fool people and rob them instead of doing proper tests. This is your awakening. For people who buy these paints and the sheep along with it, this is why you don't have to spend all the money that you've been spending. Let's show you how to make gorgeous gray. Gorgeous gray is simple. 1/4. So we're going to need just this. All right? And you don't have to have this particular one. You really don't. You can do this with bare silver screen. It'll do the same thing. Any light gray. You can even do it white. Doesn't really make a difference. Go. Can you see what I'm doing here? Let me make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, you can see it. All right. So what I'm going to do is, got paint all over my hands. Which one I got? There we go. We're just going to fill it right up to there. Right to the very top. That's it. See where that bar is at? That's all you're going to fill right there. That's it. Simple and easy. Make some more gorgeous gray. Okay, that's good. Just went up to the top. For those of you who place orders, don't worry, I got you taken care of. Waiting for supplies, waiting for containers. Some of your stuff already came in already, so you're good to go. Just wait for the containers to get here. A few of you are going to the post office today, all right? So we got you guys all taken care of. Come on now, we take care of y'all. We know you take care of us. We pay for shipping, we take care of y'all. Come on now. Give me some credit, Tony. People contacted me about yesterday. You know, yesterday was a holiday, right? You do know it was Juneteenth. There was a holiday. Yeah, it was a holiday. All right. You got 1/4 of black. That's it. Drop it in. Let's make some gorgeous gray. Sorry about the people. All right, that's it right there. Sorry about that, people. My bad. Well, like that beat. That beat's hot. Now, like I said, you can do this with bare silver screen. You can do it with white bare 1050. It doesn't make a difference at all, period. This is just a really, really light gray, but you could do it with bare 1050. You do the same thing. Now put the ingredients, I'm gonna put the ingredients down. I know I forgot to write them down. I got you. So you're good. It's very simple. That 1/4 makes it so much easier. Then you go ahead and put in 1 scoop, another scoop, another scoop. You don't have to do that. Just 1/4, that's it. And you're done. That's it. And you got gorgeous gray. Now, like I said, gentlemen, I'm making gray screen paint here. All right, I'm talking to the naysayers. Just come over. I'm going to talk to you for a minute. If I found your product to be a threat, why would I be making this if you were a threat to my product? You're not a threat to my product. You're a dinosaur, a relic. In the past, that's what you are. If people who like and I'm sorry for people like these great products, but it's true. It is what it is. It's an old product. It is. I mean, the only thing that kept this stuff afloat is the fact that when gunmetal technology came out, gunmetal was literally so expensive that people just went toward these until we came out. And now we have technology that's far more advanced than gunmetal, which we have proven and backed up, which they can't do. And we can show at the end of the day, instead of a customer spending $3,000 or $5,000 for a screen, they go with us at the end of the day. And this stuff don't match us in any way whatsoever. We used to make this stuff. But you guys, on the other hand, have no way to back up your product's worth. And right now, you shouldn't be worried about me. You need to worry about those big chains, even the small chains that sell any forms of tones. That's what you have to worry about. But this is for customers that maybe, say they still like gray paints, right? And say they want multiple colors. And they don't want to go out and spend $21 for each gallon or whatever. They can make that from using just that. That's it. We get so many mixes from this. So many mixes. And if you guys, like I said, want to get on camera and start ranting about how this is not your product, then you back it up then. You make the ingredients and put it against your product. Now mind you, there has to be a difference between night and day. No walking over to the screen and going, look, right there, you can see the difference. No, you have to be way back there. Do that demonstration. So from what people have seen from, and we use this because somebody did it, the Cinemax is network gray. Who in the right mind is going to spend $60 right now? Why would I go out and give you $60 of my hard-earned money to you, Jamie, when I can make the product by just using some black paint and a little bit of gray or white? So let me show you what we got here. There's gorgeous gray, right there. That's our gorgeous gray. Done, that fast. I told you, that's all I can make this a dozen times a day. When I sit there and tell you, that I can make your product just by looking at it. I've made so much of this stuff when I had Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. I can make this in my sleep. I can make your entire product line. Show people how to make it for free, and then dare you to make it, and I guarantee you won't do it. You, on the other hand, try to make my product line with my permission and failed miserably. Do I have to keep reminding you about that? Even the Noor, we embarrassed the Noor so bad, we made 3 gray screen paints out of that and blew that out of the water also. Didn't go back to that option again, did you? No. Let's go get it. This is our refill, because we ran out. Free easy quart. Free easy quart. Now, sometimes when you're stirring, this is why I prefer to use the whisk. But sometimes when you're stirring, sometimes you'll have a little bit at the bottom that didn't stir it and catch correctly. So when you pour it in, that's going to show up and have a little swirl in there. Just go in there and just stir it up, and you're done. That's it. Now, we got more gorgeous gray. Right there. That fast, that quick. I've seen the demonstrations. I've seen the demonstrations with the hybrid mix sitting next to the Cinemax. There was no difference in that. It was the same thing. It was just off by 1 shade. It's a little shade. That's it. They get on camera and think they're showing you something. They're not showing you nothing. If you people, some people, the sheep, you're idiots at the end of the day. I'm sitting here making your product. They're sitting on your wall. And if you sit there and say, oh, but that's not his product, well, then he can make it. We just made it just a few minutes ago. He can make this. So what if he doesn't make it? Then what? What's your excuse then? Then that means we have the product, right? Okay then. Bah. Once this is done, clean this up. I'm gonna get this over here. We got our new batch. Let me see what's up on this. Now just think about that. Just now, I could have spent $60. If you were the average customer and you went out and you didn't see our video, you would have spent $60 for a product that you could have just made just now. And you can make as much as you want. But if we're doing a gallon, remember, there's 4 quarts. Jamie, listen up, because you don't know how to add it in a day. See right here, this is 32 ounces, okay? This is 128 ounces, okay? 4 of these make 1 of these, not 2. Literally got on camera and said 2 of these make, no. It's 4 that makes this. This makes this 128 gallons, 128 ounces. This is 32 ounces. You said 38 one time on your videos. We caught him on that too. No, it is actually 32. 128. So if we take 1/4 to change this to this, that means it takes 4 of those to change gallon. Very simple. Because literally, the guy does not, I'm sorry, adding is not a strong point. Literally sat there and said in the video that 3 regular 104 by 7 inch screens are going to equal the equivalent to the size of a 300 inch screen. That is Mickey Mouse math. Welcome to Disney World. All right, so let's come back in here. We're going to screen, we want to finish up this set right here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, I say gorgeous George. Gorgeous gray. Now, so you know this, that any paint, when paint dries, it always dries lighter, always does. At least it dries the color it's supposed to be. It's not a different color. You don't want that crap. See, gentlemen, I can come out here, make your products, crush everything you've designed and made just like that, and come up with a new product and be on site all in the same day. You can't do that. I sat there and made this promise. I sat there and said, I can go up on here and make your product. And there's nothing you can... We'll just leave it at that. Sorry about that, people. Now, I got time to get all this done. Shower, shave, work out again. Catch my lift, pop over to the other place, do a demonstration over there, show an amazing demonstration, come back. Oh, we're gonna look at the projector. We're gonna come back. Let's look at the projector up now. Show you some different shades. Sorry about that. Let's hook it up. Woo, what's going on out there? Hope everybody's okay. Judging by the amount of curse words we got today, it doesn't bother me, it just shows me to be ruffled some feathers. So if you got time to be cursing me out and carrying on and acting up and on YouTube ranting and carrying on, you just clearly just showed everybody that we just basically were able to ruffle your feathers. You got to get to work. You understand me? This is not the problem you really have to worry about. The problem you have to worry about is those tones. That's what you got to worry about. You're sitting there ranting and carrying angry with me, Jamie, upset and angry, because this can't be Danny. Danny doesn't make a great paint. This don't affect him. What affects Danny at the end of the day is the fact that his paints don't come out the color they're supposed to come out. He has no backup, no freaking instructions. Well, he does have instructions, sorry about that. He doesn't have any tests done. And Danny, yes, we can mimic your stuff because you have charcoal gray products. And again, the tones make charcoal grays, which is even more dangerous. So what's the difference between your charcoal gray and any form of household gray paint? You don't have enough black versus black demonstrations. You have to at least have 40 of those on just about every level. Low lumen projectors, high lumen projectors, ultra short throws. You have to have all of those tests done. What is your difference between your products and fabrics and films and all that stuff? Everything that we've done, you have to do. If not, no one's gonna touch you. So your work is cut out. And then you're basically showing, you can't show tests. How are you gonna show tests on a product that you already started selling? So you already are done. Your shipping's already sunk. Nobody in their right mind's gonna buy a car that hasn't been tested yet. Unless you're expecting for the customers to be crash dummies. Can't even troubleshoot your product because you can't tell what's wrong with it because you never did any tests. You know, if you're doing a test on a car and say something like a bolt slips out of the brake pad and the car basically doesn't, they can't hit the brakes and the car slams into a wall and they find out it's an error in there somewhere through testing. Okay, this is what happens if it goes past 60 miles an hour, it starts taking itself apart. So say if they launch this thing anywhere, or they do a temporary fix or whatever on it, this is why we have recalls. Things don't work out correctly. And you get enough people that complained about this particular bolt popping out of the brake pad. They can go back and say, oh yeah, we've had this problem before. This happened in testing. It happens when the car goes over 60 miles an hour. This is what triggers off. They know this because they've done testing. You, on the other hand, don't know anything because you haven't done any testing before you sold the product. And that's where you messed up. That's why your product is already dead in the water. I would think people would want to do testing. I'd be terrified to be on live and my stuff mess up on me. That'd be terrifying because I didn't do any testing. Oh, heck no. If anyone ever sits there and says, hey, is your product ultra short throw? I can show you on site when we're ultra short throw. If it's bouncing from one section to the next. Matter of fact, I gotta be here today. I thought you were gonna be able to make it. I'll put a cord here somewhere. So we got a cord for this.
Get ready to renew your Medicaid or CHIP benefits. Learn more at dhs.pa.gov/stay covered.
Can't play that. We need a fire stick. I need one. I had to come up for work. Just figure out a fire stick. Oh, it's okay. There. All right, cool. Oh, wake up call for your naysayers too at the end of the day. You sheep. I hate to call you sheep, but I'm not saying all of you are sheep. I'm not saying that. Not all of us come from sheep. It's some of you are sheep. Wake up call. Go make it yourself. If they're not showing you any tests, you have to have tests on the products. You have to. All paints that come over the counter are acrylic. Every single one of them are acrylic. If they got something else, and they're all acrylic. Everything comes over the counter. The only way a product can be made from scratch, literally, you're going to have to bring in a chemist. You're going to do that all from scratch. That's not going to happen. How much money that costs at the end of the day? And you're going to sell the product for $60? It doesn't even make any sense. Some of the chemicals that go into making stuff from the ground up will cost you like $200, $300, $400 at the most. Hagmatic suits like $1,000 or more. The test facility alone and licensing to be able to do that stuff costs tons of money. So you're not, everything comes from over the counter. Like I told you about a cake mix. It's the same thing. You say, hey, people have this conversation all the time. I buy the same thing at the supermarket. Buy it doesn't taste this way. What did you do to make it taste this way? Why did something special to it, a little secret? Women can relate to that. I've heard that thousands of times. Why make this at home? It doesn't taste like this. What are you doing to it? Chocolate chips, right? And everybody think all chocolate chips are the same, but they're not. Somebody did something different to make those chocolate chips taste different than any other chocolate chip. Chip Ahoy. There you go. Keebler. So what makes their chocolate chip cookie different? They did something to it. They didn't make their flour by scratch. They bought all their ingredients, brought it in, and made it. Whatever they put in there, which is called a trademark secret, like Coca-Cola, it makes it different. You got some different versions of Coke, but there's only one Coca-Cola, and there's only one that tastes that way, because they did something different to it. That's why. So all paints everything comes from over the counter, people. It's what they do to it makes it different, and that's why you have to have the tests to show that your product is different. That's why we do black versus black and all these test demonstrations to show that we're different than any other acrylic black paint over the counter. We know where it comes from. Oh, Fast X. I'm not even going to get into that. Good gracious, I go on a long debate. I love debates. I love debates. I like to argue. I really do, honestly, I do. I love to have these debates. You will see me in there a lot. I go to a lot of those debates for Fast X. Come on, man. Come on. You people who support this nonsense, you know better. How is that man able to pick up a car with one arm and fire a gun at the same time? What the frick was that all about? Literally had this conversation. Somebody said, oh, it's adrenaline because of fear. Stop it. Just stop it. The guy fires a Gatling hook, a high-powered Gatling hook through his car, and he bounces off with his... Oh, come on. Come on. You just should have left it at the first and second and just left it alone. It's a good series, though. You should just left it at that. Were you going to have Fast and the Furious out of space? I'm sorry, people get mad by that, but it's true. Come on, man. You know they're just taking it too far. Oh, here, we're good. Here. Let's get something in here. YouTube. Let me check my time here. Now, we have gorgeous gray, and then we have mid gray on this side. These are called the tones. These are the different tones. It's the only thing that changes when you basically make screen paint. Your white base, gray base, whatever, that's not going to do anything. It's not really going to change much. It's just going to make it turn darker faster, that's all. But basically, the most thing that's going to change is your black. That's it. Black decides whether or not you're going to have better contrast or better white levels. You need both of them to get perfect color. This is where the guessing game comes in, trying to figure out exactly how much to put in. It really doesn't make a difference. What does make a difference, but you see with the 3 shades we have, that's your category. That's your glass ceiling. That's as far as you can go. TLC 4K demonstrations. Now mind, these screens are drying. This one on this side is going to get a little bit lighter because, like I said, it's still drying. Let me just get you an idea. I'm gonna do, let me see. Yeah, so this is dry right here. These strips in here, not dry yet. I'll bring it over so you can see it. All right, so you see those strips in here? That's still wet. See right here where it's lighter? That's dry. So that's the color you're gonna get right here. These strips right here, it's when it's actually wet right there. Those are the strips right there. And that's gorgeous gray. It's funny about the story. I just popped into my head about Gorgeous Gray. Gorgeous Gray gets out of a car. You know, he has this crazy, beautiful hair that pushes back. You know what I mean? You know, razor sharp jawline. You know, he's just every woman's dream. And then you find out he's nothing but all fluff, nothing but hype, and he's just a fake in the end. That's what kind of describes the screen paint, isn't it? Interesting. That's Gorgeous George. All fluff. People fall for Gorgeous George, but in the end, they're disappointed because they find out Gorgeous George is fake. Isn't that interesting? It has that name, and yet it has that, it does the exact same thing as I'm telling you. Goose Screen. And with Goose Screen, they had a screen called something Max. I forgot the name of it. But the conversation we had on the phone, real nice people by the way, were telling me that their screen paint was darkest and was great for contrast levels. And I was explaining to them about a black technology that I had, which they told me that was virtually impossible. Black screens, on the other hand, can't pull white light. They hadn't seen the Titan at 250 inches sitting in the backyard, did they? No. But anyway, I got the sample sheet and just sent them a little video just showing them at the end of the day that no, you don't pull 100% contrast. We do. Nope. to Samsung 4K demonstration. What's the music on while we wait? It's all copyright free. It's 9 o'clock already. I gotta get to work. Well, I'm already at work. Literally, I'm at work and going to work as I'm doing work. Let's get these other colors going. I gotta get the dark gray next. I gotta be on site. People doing a couple things at the same time. I gotta get orders out the door real quick. It's 9 o'clock. I gotta be dressed, shower, shave, out the door. Bam! Let's get this finished up. Where the remote control for this thing? Keep that going. Ready to next. That's all right. Well, I have to like when I come in because I got to get out of here.
All right, that's our mid-gray right there. So this right here in the middle, that is a reversal. That starts off with black paint, and that starts off with, hold on a minute. So this right here is one-fourth cups of black paint. There's 6 of them to make this one. That is the dark mix. But as I told you before, it's going to have problems because again, contrast is going to pull, but those white levels are going to fail miserably. It's going to come up dark, it's going to come up dirty. They are going to be crying. They're not going to like these demonstrations we're going to be doing here. Next couple of days. I'm going to do these demonstrations before I leave out the door. I'm going to have to get up a little early, like 6 o'clock in the morning, to do them. We got one more to do, and that is going to be our, well, the one without anything in it. It's plain by itself. It's just Whisper Gray. Now on this side, we're still a little dark on that side. We're lightening up. And since then before, this is the dark mix we made. We made the reversal. You'll see where this will suffer in white levels. This is stuff they don't show you, but it's the stuff you should be seeing. If you're going to be making this stuff, you should at least know the outcome of it all and what the effect's going to be. Mind, you're on a 5,000 lumen projector, so again, we got plenty of power. Plenty of power. 5,000 lumen, plenty of power. This is why when people make dark charcoal mixes and stuff like that, you need to test your white levels. You don't test your white levels, you're just tossing this stuff out there, this is what the consumer's going to go through. Watch this. 4K snow screensavers. why we do all these demonstrations on black versus black. We show off our white levels, we show white surfaces against our screens to show that how our white levels lay at, how bright they come up. But when you're dealing with these dark mixes out here, Danny, you have to make sure your products can pass a white level test. And you have to do these white level tests on ultra short throws, especially low lumen projectors they have to be done on. In extremely well lit environments. Not screens sitting on the floor, dodging lights. No, up high so the light can make contact with the screen in a normal environment. I guarantee none of those dark products you make over there will pass any white level test. Matter of fact, we can make them. Even with that thin mix attached to it. Whatever that is done. So the only difference is when I make it, it'll come out the color that we made it to come out, not a different color. I'm done, and I'm on site. Next video, I'm on site. That would be this one right here. This is what we use. Let me celebration. Okay, there we go. This is the one we use right here. This has 6. It starts off with a reversal. It starts off with black first as the base and 6 of the 1/4. As I told you before, what did I write on the container? I said contrast. It's going to be good, but white level is going to be low. I made this stuff enough. Trust me, I know already from the open. When you're looking at a gray mix, one of the tests a gray mix has to go through is a white level test, because you need to see where the white levels are going to be at. They're never going to be as white as a white screen. That's virtually impossible. Can't even gray screens can't even do that. Only white screen can show a white level, equal white. So you have to show a high enough white level. This is where you have to go in and fix things, because sometimes your white levels might not come up as high as you think they are. Just because you add some gray in it doesn't fix the problem. You have to do more than that, which means you got to start cracking some books, doing some actual work. So what happens is the black levels are just way too high. And this is why the screen's not pulling a high enough white level. You see our black technology? You see the skin tone on that lady sitting over there? See how that's all popping off the screen? At 4,000 lumens, we're at 5,000 lumens over here. Because that technology over there can read white light. This one can't see it. This is why, remind you, this is a gray mix, not black. We put black against our screens, not gray. Gray would be a little bit more easier for tests because gray can pick up a somewhat of a white level. Black doesn't pick up at anything at all. So that's why we put black against our technology, because it's harder. So if we can pass a black on black test, this is nothing. But it just shows you that this test still has to be performed on a dark gray mix. Just because you put white into it, gentlemen, just because you put silver into it, doesn't add white levels. It's more than that. And this is where you're going to have to start cracking some books, doing some actual work. Beautiful Women 4K. Well, if you're hearing a little bink going up in the background, that's the naysayers upset and angry. Right now, they're mad. Of course you're mad. You're outed. You've been busted. You've been outed so many times it's not even funny. This just shows the customers at the end of the day that why are you spending all this money? $60? Are you kidding me? For some product that you can make yourself? You can do it yourself. And it's going to have the same reaction. And I guarantee at the end of the day, to back up my claim even more, that they won't even make the mixes that we put out there. Heck, they don't even do the black on black. They won't go with your silver, what's it called? Micro blend, the slip silver. And you see what happened with network gray. So again, it is what it is. And again, you got all those tones out there. They're not touching those either. Gentlemen, I know you're bitter. I know you're very, 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 very bitter. But again, lashing out at me, it's not going to help you. What's going to help you is to do these demonstrations and prove me wrong. That is what's going to help you. Till then, the consumer's not going to pay for your products. Why? I wouldn't pay for it. The products still work. I love how you guys get on camera and you just forget, oh, he doesn't even have our products. Yeah, we did. We had some of y'all and some of your order. You gave back the money. You couldn't make the product right. Y'all have short-term memory loss. I swear. I think y'all do. So as you can see, the dark gray mixes, no, they're horrible. Absolutely horrible. I told you, we've had UB over here. We've had Frankenstein. They are freaking horrible. They pick up extremely poor levels. And again, let's show you. We're on, check the numbers yourself. That's a 5,000 lumen Chrissy. It won't pick it up. And then again, they don't show you in this much light, do they? No, they don't do that. TLC 4K demonstration. bet you don't do demonstrations like this, do they? No, they don't. And they're fooling you and fake. I'm telling you, the gray screen paints, the only one I've seen that I can honestly say that's different is Pro HD. That's the only one. We tested it. We brought it over here. It did something that no other screen paint I've ever seen do. It is definitely different. But the rest of this stuff, nah. We had one person order from, they took the labels off their containers. Y'all, my goodness. That's just so sad. We're gonna call this the Mega Mix Reality Wall. Finish this way. Mic on, hot mic, watch him come in here and scream and yell, get upset. Hello, gentlemen. I know you feel that this is aimed towards you. No, if it was aimed towards you, especially you, Crow, I could have named all those products after your products and guarantee you that you would have done none of the tests, which means proving even more we made your stuff. It's not about you at the end of the day. It's about basically a wake-up call. If it's not going to be this, it's the tones. You have to face it. Your product is obsolete. And Jamie just walked out of a Home Depot. Literally walked out of a Home Depot with a can of bear. And matched the screen. And then got rid of the video, try to hide it. That just tells you right there. You could have walked out of a Home Depot with literally, yeah, Home Depot with anything. Walked out of a Home Depot with this. We paid for it. So. We made 3 screen paints out of this. That's yeah, 3. I think it's 4 or 3. I'll make 4 later on. But 3 screen paints out of this. The one in the middle has nothing in it. Put a little black paint, we can change it to 3 different tones. right, so we got about 4 overseas. We're gonna be taking care of it. Just waiting for containers to come in. Containers come in, you can track your numbers, you'll be all good to go. As we always do. red screen. Told you. And the gray mixes, they trash. Don't buy it, man. Dark gray mixes can't see white levels for jack. They're the worst. Blue screen. Because they can't receive white light, they can't see it. Now watch this. Starfield screensaver. To pick up contrast. But the other surfaces can't see dark. You can't see the gray. And keep in mind, it's not black, it's actually gray. That's what you're seeing. So you're a bit of a damned if I do and damned if I don't stage. That's why I said this stuff is obsolete. Can't transition. You have to either transition from black to white levels to color. Can't do it on any of these. It won't work. On the other technology transitions. Even gunmetal can't even transition. You get to pour 100% black to transition. Sony 4K demonstration, 1 hour. I'll show you a transition on these paints. See if they can do it. See what we got coming up. What did they give us? What did they give us a few on it? Oh, shit, come back. Yeah. Bath water, everything running. I got shaved a little bit. Just shaved what I wanted. I'm gonna shave my head, but I can do that tonight when I come in. Cause I get to be in the office area. I didn't get a chance to have any fun in the office area because, you know, it was the last minute thing I did. I didn't think the internet was gonna pull, but it did. I was like, oh shoot, we gotta go back up there. So I'm gonna be up there today playing around in the office area. And they got the other section with the big, all that light in there. Oh heck yeah, we gotta be over there. All right, let's show you the transition. All right, this is the transition. And then you see the light colors don't do well by the darker mix, right? Comes up 30. And then the lighter ones pick up better, right? And the lighter it is, the better your white levels. Now we're going to go into a transition phase. TVs transition all day. Projection screens should be do the same thing. They can't. Now we're going to the transition. The screens don't pull. Only the darker mix will pull. And the darker mix can't see white levels. So what do? Can't do anything. You're stuck with that. Our technology over here, I can transition all day long because my technology can pull from black, white levels, whatever. It's a test of technology. That's why we can transition. We need demonstration all the time. Matte, it's regular matte. For to do the paint pan, here you go. I'll give him another one back. That's yours. Boom, got you another one. See what they're doing when they make these dark mixes, they'll do it on a standalone, which means it'll be by itself. There's nothing to compare it to. So you really can't see a difference. And they'll do it in a dark environment. That's what they'll do. It's supposed to do it against white surfaces of the screen. So with that, you can see exactly where the white levels lay at. Now we're going to come out of the transition. And let's see if this screen can keep up. And no, it cannot. There you go. And like I said, for anyone who feels the need that my theory here is completely wrong, I'm going to put the ingredients on how to make each one of these. Feel free to make these live on YouTube and show everyone that your product does not match at all. I don't want to see hiccups, none of that dumb nonsense at the end of the day. It's just stupid. I want to see actual change between night and day. Like when we take this screen, we painted it all gray and I put it against my black screen over here and showed you a demonstration. Yeah, you see a massive difference. That's what I want to see. Because some of y'all cheat. Y'all cheat, just cheat. But you can't cheat this demonstration. And you can't go in and mess with the products because everybody knows what's in it. Oh well. That's just downright awful. See, we're done yet? Let's see here.
The thought of getting screened for colon cancer made me queasy.
But now I found a way that's right for me. Feels more easy.
Like Doc, and I agree. I picked the time. Today's a good day.
I screened with Cologuard and did my way.
All right, people, hope you enjoyed the demonstration. Got a chance to see us make some more gorgeous gray right there on camera, how easy it is to make. I know in the last couple of videos, there's no information down there. There will be today. Give me some time. I'll get it done. As a matter of fact, when I pop over on site or when I'm in the lift, I'll put all the information in. I know it like the back of my hand, so it's easy to make it. Now, this is basically for people at the end of the day that basically want to make a couple of mixes. Well, you can make them. You pay all this money at the end of the day. Why are you paying all this money for a product that's not even tested? Make it yourself. You gotta ask them at the end of the day, what makes your product so special? What makes it so special? They can't show you any tests of that product before it was sold. Don't buy it. Make it yourself. I think the most popular one we're gonna have is Gorgeous Gray. Gorgeous Gray is very easy to make. There's Gorgeous Gray. We made that right on camera. Gorgeous Gray is very easy to make. Gorgeous Gray, very easy to make. This is the color of majority of all screen paints you're going to see on the market. It's going to be the color of Gorgeous Gray. All right, I got to get out of here, people. Next time you see me, I'll be on site. Got to go, and God bless.